Last time on the show, we spoke about negotiating a property to buy and signing on that dotted line, but it doesn't end there, does it, Tim?
Holly, if you're going to build your wealth, you've got to protect it. Look, investing is all about exposing yourself to growth opportunities while doing everything you can to minimise and mitigate the risk that's involved when it comes to investing.
And how do we go about doing that?
Well, there's three strategies that I'm always going to employ. First of all, you're going to be buying a house. You want to make sure you're buying a good quality house. Now, how would you know that? The only way would be to get someone who's qualified, like a building inspector, to come in and inspect the home. That way you can make sure you're not going to be purchasing something that's going to be a problem home or something that's going to cost you additional expense as you go through the process.
And how do we know what insurance to get? Because there's a lot out there.
Yeah, look, if you're taking out a loan, the bank's going to require you to get building insurance. But the one thing that people always forget is landlord's insurance. You're going to do the best that you can to secure, obviously, good quality tenants. But of course, that's never guaranteed. So you want to make sure you have a policy in place that's going to protect you from the potential pitfalls of having tenants in that investment property.
So Tim, how do we protect ourselves?
Look, for most people, when they're going to be buying an investment property, it involves taking on additional debt. So it's also very important to do an assessment of your own personal insurance situation and make sure you're covered if something does change. So that involves relooking at your life insurance, making sure the debt that you're taking out is covered, also making sure the disability insurance you've got in place is also going to be sufficient coverage. And then the other thing I think that's really important, a lot of people take this for granted, is something like income protection as well. I mean, particularly in today's market, things can change pretty quickly, and you don't want a sudden change in your own personal circumstance to put your entire investment strategy at risk.
Tim, very important and very sound advice as always, so thank you for that. And if you guys would like any further information on today's show, head to infinitewealth.com.au.